Hi friends at the Buffalo Naval Park, I'm Shane Stevenson, Director of Museum Collections Curator here. Today's video, I'm outside, it's a pretty nice day but sunny, and Buffalo River water levels, pretty low. Alright, I've been here for 8 years. It's as low as I may have seen it over an extended period of time. Alright, I often talk about the pier wall. Alright. And that kind of gauges where the water level is. Now, come late March, April, even into early May, we will see the Buffalo River rise because of all the snow melt coming from east of Buffalo, which is how the Buffalo River traverses here and then into Lake Erie. Also, Lake Erie was 90 to 95% frozen this year, right? It's the shallowest of the Great Lakes and is most affected by changes in the seasons and climate adjustments and climate changes. So we've probably seen less water coming upriver like we usually see throughout the season coming in from Lake Erie going upriver. But this has afforded us an interesting ability to take a look at the bootstrap of the USS Little Rock. Right now the crew did a great job painting, and they probably got about midships last season. And you can tell they did the bootstrap. And you can also see where the bootstrap ended because that was where the water line was in the summertime when they were painting. But if you are a fan of museum ships, you'll notice that I'm zooming in on pitting, corrosive pitting. Right, this pitting, of course, if you follow the USS Kidd, is a penetration that bores in on a particular spot and eventually will penetrate through the whole hull. So this isn't a view that we normally get to see, so it's good to document this, because if you can imagine, we have about 20 more feet of steel down to the keel. And of course it's usually rougher on the splash zone area, right, where the water meets the air. But no doubt down below we also have corrosive pitting. So if you followed the Kidd, what they would do is they would clad weld. Right? They'd get the anodes in there and layer it like a cake, bringing it out to the surface, and then grinding it off so it's the same surface level as the hull. Or if it was too great, they would just crop and renew, cut out a designated plate, and just replace it with new steel. On the inside of the USS Little Rock, the crew's doing weekly checks. We have some leakage, of course, by the packing glands and the shafts near the props. But pretty much the rest of the Little Rock doesn't have much water incursion on the interior. Where the Little Rock gets her water incursion is from the superstructure. Right, where the bimetallic welding is, and then you get rusting through decks, and so it just tracks all the way down. But coming hull penetrations, besides what's in the back, on the stern by the props, she's pretty good. But this now raises the beginning of when to take USS Little Rock to dry dock. Right? We're working towards the Sullivans and Croaker, as you guys know, and we'll soon have to start a plan for the USS Little Rock And before the water comes up, I'm wondering if there's some epoxy that we can be doing when the weather gets warmer and the water temperature rises. If the water level stays the same, if there is a way of, at least here at the splash zone, beginning to do some preventative work along here. I mean, when the USS Little Rock goes to dry dock, there could be hundreds of thousands of corrosive pits. So, we have to begin a plan of when USS Little Rock will start to be prepped to go to dry docking as well. One of the things that boosted the Sullivans was, of course, her catastrophic sinking. And that raised a lot of awareness and brought a lot of eyes and money. We don't expect that the USS Little Rock would be $21 million, but we don't know how much it will be depending on when she goes. So we have to do a deliberate campaign to begin raising funds for the USS Little Rock. So in 5 to 8 to 10 years, she can go as well and have these pits clad welded, epoxied, cropped and renewed, and just a plate replacement in total. So just raising awareness for you all, that this gives us nice insight into what it might look like down below. Interesting, we see much less pitting up forward as we move forward. Huh. Thanks so much for your continued support. Please spread the word about the USS Little Rock and how we want to begin a campaign to raise funds so CLG-4 can get the care that we know the Croaker and the Sullivans will be receiving over the next 13 months. Appreciate your support. Leave a question, leave a comment, and we'll talk to you soon.